YouTube. Here with another pickups video for you. So the last couple of days, just yesterday and today, I've been going around looking through the charity shops, or mostly the charity shops. I've been to other places as well, like sort of Poundland, Pound World, Cash Converters, CX of course, but I haven't picked anything up in any of those shops. Literally just charity shops. So yesterday I went down the local high street. We have, I think, 8, maybe 9, no, 8 charity shops. I haven't grabbed stuff from all of them, but I've got a few from a few of them. So firstly, Age UK, a couple of videotapes. These were 29p each. So we have Doctor in Love and Doctor in the House. I haven't seen any of these for a long time. The carry-on films are always really popular, and they're on the telly, especially on bank holidays. There seems to be marathons every time there's a bank holiday, but they're on continuously. Well, not continuously, but every week there's carry-on films on the TV, on the digital channels somewhere. These, I'm not going to say they're never on, because I don't traipse through every single channel every week. I don't know every film that's shown, but I haven't ever seen these broadcast for years, and haven't even come across them out in the wild either. So when I saw these, I thought, oh, what the heck, it's been such a long time since I've seen any of these films. And apparently these used to belong to Jeffrey. Unfortunately, that's not written on the plastics case, that's written on the card sleeve. So it looks like I'm probably stuck with that on there. And they're also, Jeffrey kindly wrote his name on the inside of the cassette as well. But never mind. Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to checking those out. It's been such a long time. From what I remember, they're pretty good, in the similar vein to the carry-on films. Yep, so then moving on to Butterwick Hospice. Again, another videotape. 10p this one was, Performance, with James Fox and Mick Jagger. This is a widescreen release. It's probably a more recent, by that, a late 90s or early 2000s release. I didn't actually come back to see when it was. But yeah, I'm assuming it's a fairly recent. It's not the right word, because it's still nearly 20 years old, but you know what I mean. Yeah, so I've never seen that. And then I actually paid £1 for a DVD from a charity shop, which I don't do very often. I tend to stick to the bundles if they're 2 for £1, 3 for £1, 4 for £1, and so on. But every now and again I come across something that, even for £1, it's definitely worth getting. This is Sharky's Machine. It's a Burt Reynolds movie. There doesn't appear to have been a UK release of this film since the days of VHS. There's definitely no Blu-ray. I can't find any DVD releases for this either. Growing up, I was always a big fan of the Cannonball Run movies and Smokey and the Bandit. So I was always a big fan of Burt Reynolds when I was a kid. And I do know I've seen this film, but I don't think I've seen this film since the 80s. I don't remember that much about it. And this is a US, it's a Region 1 release. But that's not a problem. I have a Region 3 player, so I can watch that. So yeah, I'm chuffed that I got that. Then these next two came from British Red Cross, which do they used to do 2 for £1, but they now buy one get one free. So the 2 for £1 only included DVDs that were £1. Anything more than £1 weren't. So box sets and things like that weren't included. But now they do buy one get one free. but as it was, these were both £1 anyway. So I got for £1 Men of Honor, Tigerland and The Thin Red Line, and with it some Jean-Claude Van Damme, The Order. I don't know that I've seen this one. I think it's one of his later, like the VHS is later. It's probably still the late 90s, possibly the early 90s, but yeah, I'm pretty sure I've not seen that one. And then finally, from yesterday's haul, if you like, it's a bit small for a haul, but this came from Sue Ryder, and for £1, 3-disc box set, The Great Train Robbery and Other British Heists, I should say. Includes The Great Train Robbery, the Brinksmack Robbery, the Millennium Dawn Heist, and the Security Express Robbery. I'm not familiar with the Security Express Robbery, but all the others, I won't say I remember because I wasn't even born when the Great Train Robbery was done, but certainly the Millennium Dawn Heist was well known at the time. Brinksmack I've heard of, I think that was in the 80s. I might have been a bit young when it happened. Anyway, I thought that was a bargain for £1. Yep, so that was everything I picked up yesterday. We'll move on to what I grabbed today. I'll be back shortly. Okay, so moving on to today's haul. First town I visited was Thornaby. They only have 3 charity shops there, but one of those 3, the Budwick Hospice, is one of the only 2 charity shops that consistently have VHS tapes. There are a couple of others locally that occasionally have them in stock. I did also get a DVD box set, so for £1 I picked up the extended version of The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring. Now, I have stated in the past a few times how much I didn't like these movies. This is the only one of the 3, and not this version, just the theatrical version, that I've seen from start to finish. The second one I give up halfway through, the third one I've never seen. Now, this is back in the early 2000s when they first came out, and I've not been near any of them since. I did get those limited edition sets a few weeks ago, funnily enough from the same place, but this is in mint condition. The discs are absolutely like the new. The case has got very little shelf wear on it, just a little bit on the corners. It's complete inside, at least I'm assuming it's complete. It's got the booklet, whether there's anything else supposed to be in there, I'm not sure. You've got your 4 discs. From that side first. And then it also has the backing card. Now, this wasn't fixed on the back, it was inside, but I've just got a few of these little J-card stickers that I always use to on steelbooks, if they have those horrible glue balls sticking the J-card on. I take them out and use these, you can see those glossy little round stickers, so I've used a couple of them just to stick it back on. Yes, I thought for £1, because it's complete in such good condition, I have decided quite some time actually that I need to revisit these movies, because so many people love them, and on paper I should love these movies. I was always into the sword and sorcery movies in the 80s. I loved those films, so the reason why I didn't enjoy this I don't really know for sure, but yeah, for £1. And then a couple of videotapes. This was just some nostalgia from back in the 80s. There's a 2 video set, 30p, The Box of Delights. This was a Christmassy show, and it was shown on TV at Christmas. I want to say 1984. Might have been a year before that, a year after that, I'm not sure. And I really enjoyed it as a kid, watching it on the telly. For whatever reason, I didn't record it. I honestly can't remember why. But I do remember for a few years after looking out to see if it was on again the following Christmas and the Christmas after that. And it didn't, as far as I ever could see in the Radio Times or TV Times that came out at Christmas, it was ever repeated. Now, since then, it's probably been on the telly a bunch of times, you know, on one of the digital channels on UK Gold or something like that. And I do believe there's a DVD release of it. I remember looking for it a while ago on eBay and seeing the DVD release. But I've never seen it since that first airing back in the mid-80s. And from what I recall, it was Doctor Who grade special effects. I was a big fan of Doctor Who back then, even back then. But I seem to remember the special effects on this were Doctor Who, very much like quality of Doctor Who. These are actually taped together. I think I want to sell them as a set rather than individually. I'm happy that they did. So just try and separate these. See if we can get one-handed. Because I've not actually looked inside these. Usually, I always double check inside a cassette just to make sure that the tape's in there. But, I'm sure they check before they tape them together. Of course, not rewound. Yeah, so we have part one there. That is part one. Excellent. And we have part two. Once again, really good. The question is, do I now wait till Christmas to watch this? Because I seem to remember it being Christmassy. But I'm just happy to have found one. I don't think I've ever seen this on. I might have seen it at a boat sale at some point years and years ago. I don't know. But yeah, chuffed to have got that. Right, and pretty much next door, maybe a few shops up, there's a charity shop called Mind. So for £1 I bought Not Going Out. This is Series 5. I also had Series 1 and Series 4. They're the only two that I already own. Didn't have 2 or 3. So this was the only one I could pick up. But yeah, for £1 I'm more than happy to add this to the set. Really funny show. The third charity shop there is Mind. Nothing in there today for me to pick up, so I had to move on. Next stop was a shopping centre, out of town shopping centre at Colby Newham. There are not so many charity shops there now. There used to be 4 or 5. I think there's only 3 now. And the only one that I got anything was the British Heart Foundation, which generally a little more expensive on the Blu-rays. But today these were all 99p. And this one is brand new factory sealed Invictus with the slip cover. The Covenant. Looking for Eric. This one I had the last time I was there. This is the same place, the same shopping centre at least, that I got the Last Jedi big sleeve from Tesco's. So that was that 2-3 weeks ago when I was there, and I had this on the shelf at that time for $2.99. So obviously they must have decided to reprice these. This next one as well was there as well that day. Yeah, so the last of the Blu-rays, Red, again 99p. Do enjoy that movie. And then this one, initially, I bought as trade bait for CEX. Got the Osborns Series 2. When I was in there last week, they had a box set of the Osborns. It was Series 2 and 2.5, whatever that might be, I don't know. So it was a 2 DVD set in a box for £8, and I was quite shocked that they were selling it for that much for this show. So when I saw this at 99p, I thought I'll just double check my phone and see what the difference is, if this is selling, you know, at a high price. And it is, well, it kind of is, but it's trading in at £2, so I thought it's worth getting for 99p. But I'm a bit on the fence now on whether I should keep it or not, because I don't own this. I don't own the first one. I do recall enjoying the first series. I don't know that I ever saw the second series. Do I want to watch this without watching the first series again? I don't think it probably matters. So I may well sit and watch this before I decide whether I'm going to trade it in or not. But yeah, for that 99p, I thought that was a bargain. And speaking of bargains, we'll leave them to the last. Yeah, that's all I picked up there. I moved on over to Billingham after that, which is close to where I used to work, so I don't get there as often as I used to. And in the Sue Riders there, I picked up a Blu-ray of The Terminator for £2. I believe this is the reissue, which has got a different transfer to the original release, original Blu-ray release, and I'm assuming it's going to be a better one, or why would they reissue it? Now I've got this on HD DVD, and I'm assuming again this is probably going to be a better transfer than that old HD DVD release. And I've got 2, 3, in fact I've got all the others, 2, 3, 4 and 5 on Blu-ray. This was the only one I didn't have on Blu-ray. Yeah, it's up for £2. And also from Sue Riders again, 75p for Jackie Chan, Police Story 2. I've seen the first one. I may well have seen this one as well, but I don't recall anything from it. But yeah, looking forward to watching that. And then these came from another Budwick Hospice, again selling for 25p each. I got Bring It On. I've never seen this film, but I hear it's fun, so give it a go. And while I was preparing for the Star Wars collection video I did the other day, I was thinking, while I was looking through the DVDs and the Blu-rays, whether I should do a Marvel collection or not. And when I was looking through my DVDs, I realised that I was missing something. Blade. I've got Blade 2 and Blade 3, but for whatever reason I didn't have the first one. So at 25p, yeah, I had to grab that. And then finally, the old British Heart Foundation that has come up trumps so many times with Blu-ray box sets at pretty good prices. Once again today, yeah, they didn't fail. So some Doctor Who. They had both Series 7 parts 1 and 2. I knew I had one, but I couldn't remember which one. And for whatever reason, when I checked the app on my phone, it wasn't listed. I was pretty certain I had Series 7 Part 1 and not Part 2. I double checked while I was there at CEX. This trades in for £4. So I thought, it's worth the risk, I'll get this. If it happens to be the one that I own, then I can trade it in. As it turns out, I didn't. It was Part 1, so yeah, for £1.99, that was definitely a bargain. And then for £2.99, the Mummy Trilogy box set, which comes with The Mummy Returns, and the third one, which can't even read that. Anyway, Tomb of the Dragon. Is it Tomb of the Dragon Emperor? Yeah. So yeah, I do like these movies. The third one, I think I've only seen the once. The first two I've got again on HD DVD, and I think the original, the first one I've got. No, it's part of the Universal 100th Anniversary Augmented Reality Edition. But yeah, The Moon Returns and Tomb of the Dragon Emperor I certainly didn't have on Blu-ray. The third one I didn't have on high definition, full stop. So for £3 that was a bargain. And then finally, I couldn't not get this. I do already own it, although I think my set is in a bigger box. But for £4.99, Hello Hello, the complete series, all 9 series, brand new, sealed. I shall be popping this on eBay. At the moment, I checked while I was in store, but at the moment the cheapest one on there is $15.95, and these are regularly selling on eBay for that and more. So I'm sure if I stick this on for about 15 quid, it hopefully it'll sell fairly quickly. Yeah, so that's it. That's everything I picked up today and yesterday in the charity shops. So once again, thanks very much for watching. There was a pre-order that I was hoping was supposed to come out this week. It turns out it's been put back to the end of the month now. Other than that, I don't see myself getting anything else this week unless I have an impromptu trip out on Saturday. There's nothing coming in the post. I've not bought anything on eBay over the last few days, surprisingly. So this is probably going to be everything for this week. But like I say, oh, there's the bank holiday. They've just had that. The boat sale on Sunday. If the weather's nice, maybe I'll pop out there. But yeah, for now, that's it. So once again, thanks so much for watching. I'll catch you next time. Ta-ra.